Night. Water from Lake Tanganyika engulfed 2 fish factories and market in Kalambo District, Rukwa region. The government has closed 5 schools due to floods in Kila District, Mbeya region. And in sports, Simba Sports Club coach praises his team after the 3-1 win against DODOMA GGFC. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. Fishermen in Kalambo District, Rukwa region have started to transport their fish to neighboring Zambia after two fish processing factories and market became engulfed with water from Lake Tanganyika. They have urged the government to address the situation by allocating the investors alternative areas so that business activities can continue.
The factory has sunk. As the government, we have found another area for the factory to continue doing its work.
The government has closed down 4 primary and 2 secondary schools in Kila District, Mbeya region after they were engulfed by water caused by floods from Mbaka, Lufilo and Kiwira rivers. The decision to close down the school was announced during an exercise to hand over humanitarian assistance from the Prime Minister's Disaster Management Unit to victims of floods in Kila District.
Athari zilizojitokeza. Kuna nyumba 122 zimebomoka. Kuna kaya 614 zenye jumla ya watu 2000.
Damages includes 122 houses collapsed, 614 households, with 2,405 people affected by the rains, as well as primary and secondary schools surrounded by water. We are grateful for this help. We thank God we have not lost human lives. I call upon the regional secretariat to set aside safe areas so that people can live safely and that invaders must leave.
The railway police force has seized various items including iron bars, pipes, electricity wires and plastic jerry cans containing diesel fuel which were stolen from the standard gauge railway project following an operation conducted in Chalinze Coast region.
In our today's search, we have successfully arrested 23 liters, road safe pipes, and 4 suspects which we will take to court. The greatest challenge is theft. Citizens started opening the railways and stealing electric materials due to the police involvement. We hope we will get rid of this problem as they delay projects completion.
2 herds of 30 elephants have invaded homes and farms, destroying more than 20 acres of various crops at Mbimbi village, Namtumbo district, Ruvuma region. The wildlife officer in Namtumbo, Sambalo Salmon, has said they have succeeded in returning the elephants to Nyerere National Park, with the district commissioner of Namtumbo saying destruction of the ecology by farmers and livestock keepers has led to the frequent elephant invasions.
Citizens are complaining due to damage done by these animals, including elephants. They have invaded our village. We asked the government to help us. They came, scared them away, but they have returned.
Lakini kuna wengine ambao waliingia kwenye mabonde ya mto Rwegu.
We received an information from the village. Almost 15 to 30 elephants and almost 23 acres were damaged.
Kwa muda wa wiki nzima tembo wamevamia maeneo haya mashamba ya wakulima.
There are farms near Mwalimu Nyerere National Park and it's hard even to inspect because there are no roads.
Hakuathirika binadamu.
The government has officially approved the use of Kiswahili language in judicial proceedings, as well as on institutions entrusted with the responsibility of providing justice after completion of legal guidelines that will enable people get timely justice. This was said in Parliament, DODOMA, by the Minister of Constitution and Legal Affairs, Professor Palamagamba Kabudi, when tabling budget estimates for his ministry for the 2021-2022 financial year. By March 2021, a total of 157 laws and 15,000 bylaws have been translated to Kiswahili. The move has given direction towards preparations of Kiswahili Law Dictionary, which all of this will be completed by December 2021. While exercise of translation of laws will be completed by June 2022, the ministry is calling on translators to abide to the schedule so that everything will be completed on time. Again, every ministry is advised to involve Bakita and Tataki in helping them translate their laws. In Iringa region, there are over 400 cases of rape, but it takes too long for them to be completed. I was wondering, why is it so? Because some cases have completed evidences. Sometimes cells are crowded, causing children under 18 of age to be mixed up in adult cells. Floods have destroyed the bridge on Mkuyuni Bridge, cutting off communication links, a situation that has affected more than 3,000 residents of Santore, Msangani, Jengwe, and Nyandurumo suburbs in Kamtundu village, Nyamihado, Ward, Kasulu District, KIGOMA region, who now face challenges of accessing essential social services as well as conduct income-generating activities. We are really suffering from poor means of transportation, especially once we have to take someone to hospital. We are calling on our leaders to help us in building proper infrastructures. The government should do something, at least to construct a bridge. Many people are living in these areas. The worst moment is when it rains. Not even a bike can dare to pass through.
Kwa ujumla kijiji cha Mkuyuni kule katika halmashauri ya Kasulu.
In Mkuyuni village in Kasulu ward, there is no road that has been brought to our network, apart from social roads that were made by residents. People should follow official procedures in requesting construction of the road by TARURA.
Kwenda serikali ya kata ODC na kupeleka ngazi ya halmashauri. Halafu baada ya halmashauri.
The government of Tanzania has assured business people and investors from the United States of America of its commitment of creating a conducive investment environment in the country. The assurance was given in Dar es Salaam by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and East Africa Cooperation, Ambassador Liberata Mulamula, during a meeting with the U.S. Ambassador in the country, Donald Wright.
Leo nimepata tena fursa nzuri ya kuweza kukutana na balozi wa Marekani.
I have met Ambassador of United States of America. It is our responsibility as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to support them in doing their work, where in our talks we have emphasized much on American companies to invest in Tanzania, where His Excellency Ambassador also assured me that there are many American companies that are interested to invest in the country in different sectors, from energy, infrastructures, and industries. Also, as Tanzanians, through AGOA plan, there are opportunities for us to sell our products in USA.
The minister was very interested in U.S. business investment in country. I told her that this is one of my top priorities and that we're already in contact with American investors who might be interested in coming to Tanzania in a variety of areas, whether it's agribusiness, healthcare, energy. The opportunities are limitless, and certainly we'll be working very closely in that area.
In another development, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and East Africa Cooperation, Ambassador Liberata Mulamula, has held talks on various cooperation issues with the Comoro ambassador in the country, Dr. Ahmada El Badasui, and the resident UN coordinator, Zlatan Milicic.
Nzuri ya kuweza kukutana na mabalozi mbalimbali, nikianza na kiongozi ambaye tunaita Dean, kiongozi wa mabalozi ambaye ni balozi wa Komoro. Tumepata fursa ya kuweza kuzungumzia jinsi mahusiano yao na jinsi wanavyotekeleza majukumu yao. Tumekutana pia na mkuu wa Umoja wa Mataifa hapa nchini, ambaye tumekuwa na mazungumzo mazuri. Mnajua tena Umoja wa Mataifa ni kama inafunika eneo yote ya ushirikiano.
The Minister Mulamula received me like Dean, but also to speak of the better cooperation between Komoro and Tanzania, also speaking about the life of the diplomatic community in Tanzania.
I'm very glad that we have a good relationship with the government of the United Republic of Tanzania and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Today was very interesting because I was able to again reiterate the United Nations commitment to support the people of Tanzania, as well as to work very closely with the government in addressing the main development and related issues.
The President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, has taken part in the Chama cha Mapinduzi CCM Central Committee of the National Executive Committee meeting held at the Jakaya Kikwete Convention Hall in Dodoma City. The meeting was presided by the Vice Chairman of CCM, Philip Mangula, assisted by CCM's Vice Chair from Zanzibar, Dr. Ali Muhammad Shein. And that is the end of national news. International news follows next. Welcome back, and in international news. Burundian nationals who had fled to Rwanda in 2015 have continued to return to Burundi after the repatriation of refugees sheltered at Mahama camp in Kigali. 160 returning refugees, accompanied by the General Commissioner of UNHCR, Filippo Grandi, have been received by Burundi's Minister of Internal Affairs, Security and Social Development, Gervais Ndira Kokuba. I congratulate all that responded to Honorable President's directive of returning back home to build the nation and fight poverty. I have received your request of returning you back to Burundi. The international community is approving your country's efforts of returning refugees back home. President Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya has forwarded the name of Court of Appeal Judge Lady Justice Martha Koome to the National Assembly for vetting to the position of Chief Justice. If approved, she will officially take over the leadership of the judiciary on May 25th this year.
Amendment number 42, subsection 1, relating to messages from the President, provides that, and I quote, "The Speaker shall read to the House any message from the President delivered to the Speaker for communication to the House," close the quotes. In this regard, therefore, I wish to inform the House that I have today, 28th of April 2021, in brackets on our members, which happens to be my birthday, close the quotes.
Germany's vaccination program is finally gathering pace. Prioritization will be lifted in a couple of months so that anyone can aim to get one, and now over 20% of the population have received at least one jab. The debate now is on whether those who have been vaccinated should have certain restrictions relaxed. Meanwhile, there's a lot of interest on the EU Commission launching legal action against AstraZeneca, as well as on EU aid to India as it grapples with a devastating surge of infections. For more on this, we are now joined with Thomas Spiro, correspondent from Dutchville. Thomas, India is particularly affected by the coronavirus, and EU countries, including Germany, have pledged to send aid. Could you give us more details on what exactly is being sent?
German Chancellor Angela Merkel stressed earlier this week that Germany was urgently preparing a mission of support to India, focused in particular on providing medical equipment or oxygen. And the German Defense Ministry, for instance, reportedly said that it was assessing the possibility of providing mobile oxygen generators. At the same time, aid is being pooled at an EU level through the so-called EU Civil Protection Mechanism, and the head of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, said that a first shipment of oxygen, medicine and equipment would be delivered over the coming days. And what this concretely means is that the EU will be delivering oxygen concentrators provided by countries like Ireland or Romania, ventilators provided by Sweden or Luxembourg, or antiviral medicines provided by Belgium or Portugal. It is important to stress that aid is not only being delivered to India. It was reported this week that the German Foreign Ministry is also sending aid to countries in Africa and in Latin America. And the Foreign Ministry said it had received aid requests from more than 121 countries since the pandemic began, and was frequently checking what aid could be delivered where.
Meanwhile, the row between the European Commission and AstraZeneca continues, with the Commission launching legal action against the company. Thomas, what exactly is the issue of contention?
The European Commission said it had launched legal action against the UK-Swedish company AstraZeneca for breach of contract after a number of delays in supplying coronavirus vaccines to the EU. A spokesperson for the Commission said that all 27 EU members had backed the move, which comes after, as the spokesperson said, some terms of the contract were not respected and AstraZeneca had not presented a reliable strategy to ensure that doses were delivered timely. It had previously been reported that some European countries, including Germany, had been initially reticent to sue AstraZeneca in particular because of concerns that the move might not speed up deliveries. Meanwhile, AstraZeneca responded by saying that it had fully complied with the agreement and stressed that it believed that any litigation is without merit.
So, despite this problem with AstraZeneca, the vaccine rollout seems to have gathered pace in various European countries. What is the situation in Germany?
In Germany, the vaccine rollout has certainly gathered speed after a very slow start. Hundreds of thousands of doses are being administered now basically every day, especially since family doctors and GPs were allowed to also administer the jab to their patients. Before that, most vaccine doses were administered at big regional centers. Now, over 20% of the population has received at least one of the doses, whereas over 7% are fully vaccinated. Compared to other countries, it remains low, but officials have said they expect to do away with vaccine prioritization by age group in the next few months. This would essentially give everyone a chance to apply for a vaccine. The debate here in Germany now is whether those who are fully vaccinated should or should not be entitled to have some restrictions lifted for them. German Chancellor Merkel has said that this is a question that has to be dealt with very sensitively.
All right, thank you so much, Thomas, for those updates. And that is the end of International News. Business News follows next.
Tune in to Business Edition and meet business leaders and experts who keep you informed on business and economic developments taking place in the country, such as tourism, construction, energy, transport, mining, agriculture, communication, banking, real estate, and more. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m. only on Capital Television.
Welcome back, and in business news. NMB Bank has said apart from providing financial services, it will also provide training to students from higher learning institutions in the banking profession, whereby each year it will support 300 students. Youths are valued. That is why our bank is determined to invest much in youth by giving them opportunities in different departments of the bank. It's not the first time that we are doing the fair. Recently, we were at the University of Dar es Salaam, where several students benefited from just attending the fair. The Deputy Minister of State, Prime Minister's Office for Investment, William Olenasha, has called on business people and investors to participate fully in the process aimed at improving new laws and to give their views on what they need to be done to improve the business and investment climate.
We must reform the laws to be friendly to investors. That is what is being done, to identify which laws hinders investors to come and invest. Our main aim here today is to collect the stakeholders' views and feedback and process how we can improve those laws. We are delighted to have this opportunity to make our contribution as private sector on how to improve our work relations with the government for the country's betterment.
The Cashnut Board of Tanzania says it is planning to issue guidelines on the primary cashnut market in the next 2021-2022 season, which will enable local processors get unprocessed cashews from their industries.
And in this primary market system, the grower goes straight to buy cashews from the farmer or through AMCOS, and they agree on a price. In this process, I see the growth of inner processing. The farmer may not want to sell in the preliminary markets and enter into an agreement with the processor.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose and then.
Welcome back, and in sports news tonight. Simba Sports Club head coach Didier Gomez da Rosa has praised his squad for a good performance last night against DODOMA GGFC after their 3-1 win.
So it was an important match, a key match. Because we took the first position after our 3 win away, and it was important today to take 3 points to get to make the difference with our follower. It was an important match, but also we were tired because we have played today our fifth match after 14 days, 5 wins. It's very interesting. So I think we have taken a big step.
And Prince Dubi has stated he will continue to help Azam FC win their mainland Premier League matches as they chase for the title this season.
The Zimbabwean striker continued with his exploits for the ice cream makers after he scored the only goal of the match in the 86th minute to sink fellow title contenders Yanga Sports Club 1-0 at Benjamin Mkapa Stadium on Sunday. The win enabled Azam to keep alive their title hopes and also earn revenge against a side who had beaten them 1-0 in the first round meeting at Chamazi Complex. Dube, who is now leading the top scorers chart with 12 goals, followed by Simba Sports Club's Medi Kagere and John Boko with 11 and 10 goals respectively, has dedicated his powerful long-range strike to the entire team for a good job well done and vowed to continue helping the team to achieve their targets for the season.
The Kroenke family have dismissed talk that Arsenal are up for sale amid reports that a takeover bid is being prepared for the club. Here's more on the story.
Owners have come under pressure from fans in the fallout from the ill-fated Super League project. But despite their uproar, they insist that they are not thinking about leaving the Emirates Stadium. The weekend saw fierce protests against the Kroenke's administration of Arsenal, with the club's swift withdrawal from Super League along with the rest of the potential Premier League participants doing nothing to placate supporters' anger. And in the midst of the furor, a prospective buyer emerged to place further pressure on the owners.
And Pep Guardiola has told Manchester City to play their Champions League semi-final against Paris Saint-Germain like a friendly and enjoy the pressure of facing last season's runner-ups.
Guardiola is in a conspicuously relaxed good mood before the first leg at PSG tonight, urged the players to learn from the example of his mentor, the former Barcelona manager Johan Cruyff. The Catalan won the competition twice as head coach when at Camp Nou in 2009 and 2011 and has managed in 7 previous semi-finals with Barca or Bayern Munich. This is City's second appearance in the last 4. PSG have a forward line that features Neymar, who won the competition in 2015 with Barcelona, and the World Cup winner Kylian Mbappe. But Guardiola wants City to focus on their game.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbo. Thank you for watching and good night.